Hey, what is up and what is going on? My name is Jonathan and this is the Creative Timetable Show, the 5-minute show helping you get from shy creative to confident creative. So the last 2 episodes have been a little inconsistent in terms of producing and marketing the show. I wasn't sticking to my production schedule. I've been sleeping late. I've been going out and getting to know new people, and I've been trying to approach life in a less rigid manner. But it felt wrong to not put out an episode last week. Why am I bringing this up? Well, for one, I'm not trying to project a perfect journey. And this show is far from being the cream of the crop of shows around creative mindset. And I can't lie, I was gassed when I realized I've been putting out this show for 3 months consistently. So I thought, hey, let's go party. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm not really the cupping type yet. There are exceptions. One I believe is helping build up my confidence, which I will share a bit later in this episode. But to start, I'll say working 100% of the time is a myth. You don't have to be seen doing work to be a hardworking person. But even if we need to take a 5-minute break, we deny ourselves of those 5 minutes because it's only 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes of work won't hurt, right? And staying consistent is hard, and consistency is a core principle of this show. It's a challenge for most of us. We've persist and soldier through the rough times, or fall and never get back up. In past episodes, I've talked about scheduling time to create, yet the caveat is schedule time to recoup. By practicing weekly and uploading these shows for you, I was able to see results and my self-confidence did start to rise. I'm not quite there yet though, and seeing a little growth, getting that dopamine hit from seeing how many episodes I've uploaded actually caused me to slip and scramble to put content together. And that's why I felt guilty for not putting out an episode last week. And part of this guilt is due to the reputation I've built over the years. From 2015 to 2018, I used the vast majority of my time to learn, build, and improve my graphic design skills, which meant I barely participated in social events. And so when I was asked by a friend, what are you up to this weekend? My reply was, I'm taking a break and chilling. His reaction, whoa, that's not the real Jonathan, which did feel good. I pride myself in being dedicated to my craft, yet also I couldn't ignore the feeling of maybe I could be working on something else. Here's another example of where guilt occurs at the thought of taking a break. For some reason I feel that taking a 1 hour lunch break or a second break is seen as you're not working hard enough. It's the silly thought I tell myself. Time spent away from work could be time spent working. I've come to learn this is wrong and it does not do anything for your productivity. If you have been working truly hard for a relatively long amount of time, please take a break. And what that looked like for me is watching Avengers Endgame, watching Game of Thrones, animes like Attack on Titan and One Punch Man, which if you're listening and have seen them, yep, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, emotions aside, your growth is important and growth is another value of this show. But at some point, you gotta slip in some time to recharge and get involved in things that don't always pertain to work. Let's take the bank holiday that has just passed actually. I was texting a friend and I mentioned I recorded an off-the-cuff episode and I was using the last day of the bank holiday weekend to freestyle and recharge. I also mentioned I should be productive on this bank holiday as my content schedule has been off. So after much contemplating, I end up doing light work anyway for 2 hours, as the thought of not doing work didn't sit well with me. There have been times where I've tried to just relax, but there was always the feeling that I should be working, like I wasn't using my time productively. By thinking like this meant I wasn't getting the kind of rest I needed to recharge and be able to produce more work. I wasn't intentional with my breaks, and that is why the sense of guilt hit when I tried to take a break, consequently missing my Sunday upload last week. But maybe you're the opposite. What if you take too much breaks? You know that you should be working on perfecting your craft, but you choose to chill than actually do work. If that's you, then definitely listen back to episode 19. Common phrases you need to stop saying if you want more time to create. So play hard, rest hard, work harder. I made it up, but hopefully that makes sense. To really boost your creative confidence, you will still need to eat a larger portion of work. But know that resting will refill your creative juices and should be treated as compulsory. So let's recap. How can you stop feeling guilty about taking breaks? Aim to stay consistent with your side projects for a certain number of weeks, then reward yourself with rest. There's always going to be more work to do. The day job is always going to be demanding, always asking for more. So make it clear to yourself that when you decide to take a day off or weekend off, it is purely for relaxing, chilling, socializing, or whatever it is you want to do. And secondly, reframe what taking breaks mean to you. I found the cause of feeling this guilt is due to us valuing hard work, and we consider what the cost of not doing work means. So think of taking breaks as a tool to help you create more time to work, rather than taking it as a loss of time. Once you do this, the guilt will slowly start to disappear. And finally, taking breaks makes us more productive, more creative, and gives us more dedicated time to work on becoming a confident creative. And that is it for this episode. I definitely appreciate you for listening and giving me your time. I hope there was something useful for you there. If this was useful, share this episode with a friend who you feel could use a break from their work right now. Also, shout out to my cousin Joshua, who funnily enough bought me a book called Rest for our Secret Santa last December. I've yet to read it, but recording this episode might be telling me something. And so I hope you have a great week. This is the Creative Time Chamber, where you enter shy and leave a more confident creative. All right, take it easy.